Hi everyone, it's Ailin here, back for another Q&A video. It's been a long time coming, I know, and I'm so sorry about that. So for the past month or so, it's been a little difficult for me to get back into the swing of things. Because as you all know, as most of you should know, I had my wedding. I had my wedding on August 1st with Gabriel, and it was amazing. Truly, it was amazing. All our family came down. Most of our family came down, and we had such a wonderful time. And thank God it didn't rain on that day, and it was just so beautiful. It was a day that me and Gabriel will remember for the rest of our lives. Thank you all so much for showing us your support and for your congratulations and your well wishes and all that. Gabe and I truly appreciate it from the bottom of our hearts. But yeah, the month before that, all of July was pretty stressful. I had to take a kind of a little break from the business and working on cases because, as most of you may know, planning a wedding is tough work, and I actually underestimated how much work it would actually be. But I'm not someone that's good at planning events, up until this point I had never even planned any type of party or major get together. I'd never even planned a birthday party, surprise birthday party, none of that stuff. Usually other family members do that, or my sister would do it. They're good at that stuff, and they're good at decorating cakes and just planning stuff, right? And I was not that way, and we didn't have any help. It was just Gabe and myself really planning everything. And so of course when my family came down to Florida, they helped us out maybe the last 2 or 3 days before the wedding, but up until that point everything was us. So it required a lot of appointments, a lot of setting things up, a lot of calling around, a lot of research to make this day special for us. But I'm kind of really glad it's over now, so that I can fully invest my all back into helping you guys heal, back into the healing business, back into writing articles, making videos, all that good stuff for you guys, because I've really missed doing that. So yeah, it's gonna be a little nerve-wracking since I haven't been in front of the camera in over a month. I'm gonna try and get used to it again, but I appreciate all of your support. All of you have been truly amazing, and I really appreciate and love each and every one of you. So I just wanted to jump up in front of the camera today and cover some questions, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking questions still. Even though I haven't been putting out the videos, you guys have been still asking me questions, and I'm sorry I haven't answered them, but now you guys know why. I've been pretty busy. But we're going to get back into the Q&As and get back into the topic videos. So yeah, let me take a little sip of apple juice. This is apple juice. I hope you guys like this little cute mason jar. I found it with a handle, because most mason jars, they don't have handles. They, you just have to hold them like this. It can get quite annoying, but this one has handles. And I specifically got these for the photos that I'm shooting for the new book that I'm gonna be coming out with soon. It's a detox recipe book, and so there's some smoothie recipes, ice cream recipes in there. So this, when I saw it, was just perfect, very it would look nice in photos, very photogenic, so yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. But pretty much all the work that I was doing while planning the wedding was working on this book. That was my little side project and my passion project, and I just can't wait until it's done and you guys will be able to get it and read it and love it and try out all the recipes, because I've been working on this book for a few months now, guys, and I even underestimated that. I thought that I would have been able to do that book maybe in a few weeks' time to get it all finished, but it takes many hours. I've probably worked about hundreds of hours on that book. Hundreds. If I had to guess, maybe 300 hours at least, but I kind of I always underestimate, right? So maybe it's been 1,000 hours and I'm just guessing 300, right? So yeah, that's just how I am. You guys may know I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to things. So yeah. So Okay, let's get into answering your questions. Sorry for the long intro. Okay, this person asked, number 1, hey Ailin, I've noticed you touched on hair loss, but I was wondering if you could go over it more. Of course. I'm 25 and I've been transitioning from SAD to raw/high fruit/low fat for 3 to 4 years now. I'm doing this to reverse my male pattern baldness since 21 years old and depression since 13. Wow, depression since 13. You know, I kind of like, I can relate. I don't remember when I personally got depressed, but I do remember it was at a young age. And it's sad. So many young children nowadays, they're feeling like symptoms of depression, you know, dark, heavy, deep thoughts. It's sad. And although the depression has improved a lot, along with many other things like hypothyroid, that's awesome, the hair loss continues. I've done a 3-month juice fast and have been 90% fruit for almost a year. Wow, that's really impressive. 90% fruit. That is amazing. Pretty much 100% raw then. And so pretty much fruitarian diet. That's amazing for 1 year. I'm filtering daily and my eyes are bluer now than they've ever been. So it means you're really working on moving that lymph congestion out of your eyes. I don't know what color your eyes were before, but if they were more on like the grayish side or like the brownish side, green brown, then that is impressive. 1 year on getting them more blue. That's amazing. So that just shows you guys, you know, I know a lot of people have been asking me like, you know, do eyes actually change? Like, here's the proof. This young man, 25-year-old young man, he's the proof right here. The power that a fruitarian diet, like it really shows the power of how the fruits can affect and change the irises, as well as improving symptoms of disease in the body. We already see that, you know, his depression is clearing up, hypothyroidism is clearing up, as well as, you know, improving the color and the clarity within the irises. That's amazing. I'm on upper circulation, brain and nerve number 2, Gland Tonic, GI Broom, and HA Tea. That's all amazing. That is definitely what I would recommend. Anyone with balding or graying of hair, or you know, any head issues, definitely you want to be on upper circulation formula and brain and nerve formula. Good thing with the GI Broom too, because you always have to clean out the colon in order to relieve the congestion in the head, in order to make it drain down, because the colon is one of the major channels of elimination for clearing up the head area. So that was a good take. Gland Tonic, also amazing. The Gland Tonic is one of the strongest ones. So for those of you that don't know, there's the endocrine balance formula and the Gland Tonic. The Gland Tonic is the one that you want for like if you need like a major punch to your glands, to helping them turn back on again and helping them remember how to function again. It can be a little hot for some people though. I wouldn't recommend it as a first formula for most people. But if someone has tried the endocrine balance, still don't feel the effects, then try the Gland Tonic and it may help you. And it covers a lot of the glands too: adrenal, parathyroid, pituitary, thyroid, ovaries, like all those things. It covers all of them. Okay, HA Tea, amazing as well. Okay, so he goes on to say, I've noticed many women regrowing hair, especially hair lost through detox, yeah, but I don't see many men with supposedly genetic hair loss growing it back. Any help, suggestions, or reassurance would be much appreciated, smiley face. Okay, oh, I've just realized I did not turn around my screen to make sure that the camera is still recording, so let me do that real quick for just 1 second. Yeah, there's a lot of little things that I always have to remember to do, but since I haven't done this in a while, I forgot to do that. Sorry about that. I gotta always see that little red light to make sure that we're recording everything. Okay, so my suggestions, you've done a pretty good job. But I will say that, yes, I do see a lot of women regrowing their hair, especially with hair loss, because when you're detoxing your body, for those of you that don't know, you go through a lot of detox symptoms and your body will start shedding a lot of the structures, a lot of things that were built on proteins and acidic foods. So for some people that may be losing hair that was grown through a meat-filled diet, a diet that was not vegan, or a diet that was not raw vegan or high in fruit, you know, an alkaline diet. So hair loss is very common, but it's only with the progression of detox, cleaning out the entire body, cleaning out the head of acidosis and congestion in an alkaline medium, that's when you're able to regrow your hair again. So the body goes through detoxification, and then the second stage is regeneration. The regeneration stage is when people start to regrow their hair again. Now this can take some time. Some people with strong genetics, if you look at their eyes and they have nice straight fibers, very little weaknesses in their eyes, very clear eyes, either blue or brown, very clear, true eye colors, then they will be able to regrow their hair back fast. But for the people that have balding, I do notice that their eyes are usually very chronically congested with lymph. So those that have balding, they either, like if they're a true brown eye color, they'll have either very, very dark brown eyes with a lot of radii solaris, a lot of dark black lesions going through the brain area when you look at their eyes. Or if they have a true blue eye color, that eye won't generally look blue. It'll look far away from blue. It'll look green, or it'll look hazel, or it'll even look appear to look brown when in actuality it's blue underneath. So pretty much what I'm trying to get here is hair loss and balding is just lymphatic issues. Lymphatic issues. I cannot stress how many times I've been working with clients for a while now, and usually people that have hair loss and balding, they also have a lot of major head issues and congestion. So they'll have a lot of gland weaknesses in the head area. They'll usually have a big pituitary gland weakness or pineal gland weakness. They'll usually have symptoms like sinus issues or allergies or eye floaters, poor vision, or headaches, or dandruff, or you see where I'm going, or ear pain, just everything related to the head. And right next to the head area is the neck, so they'll usually have parathyroid gland weakness or thyroid weakness / congestion, you know, either it's a genetic weakness or a congestive weakness. So what we saw with this young man was he was depressed. People that are depressed, that's a classic parathyroid gland weakness. Now, through the fruitarian diet, through having a diet rich in astringency and hydration, a very cleansing diet, he's been able to pull out a lot of the congestion from these glands that were actually hindering, like mucus and congestion just hinders the function of the glands in the body. So removing that mucus, then the gland is able to function again. So this is why his depression has improved a lot. So that was a really great job. Now you have to continue on down that path. What I would recommend to you is, if you've stopped seeing detox symptoms, you want to go even harder with the herbs or harder with the diet in order to continue to see elimination through your body. Because sometimes people kind of get settled down on this raw diet. They think, well, as long as I'm raw, I'm healing. But oftentimes that's not the case, especially for people like this. They need to be aggressive. They need to continue to see eliminative symptoms, detox symptoms. Now, what detox symptoms should this guy be seeing? Should this man be seeing? Well, you should be seeing sinuses draining, mucus coming out through the sinuses, coughing up of mucus from the lungs, sneezing, fever, substances oozing out through your ears, through your eyes. You should be seeing mucus in your stools. I don't know if you say that you've been on the GI broom, but I don't know if you've seen mucoid plaque come out or mucus come out, old stools come out. You want to see that rubbery substance come out of your stools. You also want to make sure that you're going to the bathroom 3 to 4 times a day during your detox. If you're not going that many times a day, then there's still stuff recirculating in your body. Those acids, those mucus congestion is still recirculating in the body, and you don't want that. So pretty much you want to focus on opening up all the channels of elimination and continue seeing these detox symptoms. Now, Detox symptoms may be unpleasant at times, I know, but within the detox realm, we kind of have to see detox symptoms as a blessing. You know, it means that we're finally opening up the channels of elimination. They're no longer blocked up, because suppression through medication or through cooked foods or through diet is never the answer. Those acids that are staying locked in and around all the cells of your body, it'll just burn up the tissue, burn up the cells, burn up the glands, burn up the organs, causing them to deteriorate, and that's when disease occurs. So yeah, so with the herbs that I would recommend to you is you should be having a lymphatic herb. I don't know if these are all the herbs that you're on now. You're doing a good job. Upper Circ Brain and Herb, that is my number one recommendation for any type of balding, but you also have to address the basics. You need a kidney formula or two, one capsule, one tincture. You absolutely need a lymphatic formula, capsule, lymph node, tincture, possibly, and I don't see a stomach and bowel formula. That would also be recommended. Covering those basics, it is going to be, majorly, it's going to be through the lymphatic system that you're going to be addressing this issue. So for anyone that's new to these videos, when I talk about the lymphatic system and the kidneys, it's really just about realizing that the lymph system is kind of like the circulatory system. It runs all throughout the body, but it's focused on eliminating waste from all the cells of your body. So if balding is a lymphatic congestive issue in the head area, you have to get that lymph system moving again the strongest way possible. Some people are lymphatically backed up genetically, and they absolutely need the strongest of the herbs, the strongest of the diet in order to improve this pumping of the lymph system. Then once the lymph system is pumping, you have to realize, well, how is my body going to be getting rid of these wastes then, now that they're pumping through the body? It's through the kidneys. So that's why I recommend the kidney formulas. For those of you that don't know, absolutely, you must always take kidney formulas and lymph formulas together. Never take lymphatic formulas alone. Never, never, never. Otherwise, you will just be circulating these acids through your body, and oftentimes it will try to look for a channel to come out of, and most oftentimes it will become the skin, because the skin is the body's third kidney, and that results in unpleasant rashes. So you don't want that. So you always want to take a kidney formula to support the kidneys, oftentimes also the adrenals, because the adrenals control the kidneys. So you want to take that kidney formula to help the kidneys open up to filter these acid waste out. Okay, so that will be in terms of what that will look like will be as sediment. So you guys always want to check your urine for sediment by peeing in a clear jar and seeing if a layer of white mucousy sediment settles down in the bottom of the jar. That's what you want to see. If it's very thin, or if your urine is clear and you don't see anything, you have to try harder to break those kidneys through to filter. And that sediment and those acids and mucus strands, they're key to relieving the symptoms of your body. You won't start growing your hair back unless you start seeing that filtration. That filtration will be your key to growing your hair back. So that's what you want to do in terms of the herbs, okay? In terms of the diet, I know you mentioned that you did a, did you say that you did a juice fast here? Let me see. Yes, you said you did a 3-month juice fast. So for some people, juice fast it's not the best thing, because for some people, juice fasting may be too much to handle. Those with weak adrenals may not be able to handle juice fasting. Okay, at the same time, if you're someone with weak kidneys, you may not want to juice fast because it might just be too much for the kidneys to handle, too much liquid for the kidneys to handle. That's what I found. And it can often stop filtration. So what I recommend is you probably would want to try something in the form of a grape fast. That's what I would go with. If it were me, I would go on a grape fast / grape juice fast / putting lemon juice and lime juice squeezed into that grape juice, because you want to focus on the strongest astringent fruits available on this planet, available to humankind, okay? When people say they've gone on juice fast, I don't know what type of juices you were consuming, whether they were green juices, whether they were complicated juices with a lot of ingredients in it, you know what I mean? So keeping things as simple as possible is always best. I am a strong believer that most people can handle a mono fruit fast over a juice fast successfully, and the body will also be able to get used to it more, I find. And I think that it's just better for kidney filtration, for bowel elimination, you know, I just find it to be better in terms of healing, and also turning on the glands, kicking the glands on. Juice fasting, I don't think it's too good for gland function. Now, this is just general information. I don't know your case. For some people, juice fasting is beneficial. It depends on the person. It depends on the person's case. So if someone has a lot of trouble digesting foods, like I'm talking about people that are very malabsorbed, extremely thin, where they can't even handle chewing on food or digesting it anymore, juice fasting is the way to go, you know? There's different recommendations that I can make. So for someone like this, I would recommend you to come to me so that I can work with you, so that I can see what's going on in your eyes, because all of this is just, you know, giving you all the possibilities of what could be going on in your body, but I won't be able to tell you for sure what to do exactly for your case unless I see you have a definite pituitary gland weakness affecting your thyroid, for instance, you know what I mean? So I think that you are doing really great though. Keep on going at it, and do the recommendations that I mentioned. But you know what else? I think that you can also utilize some detox tools with this. So one that I've been like really recommending to a lot of people that they've seen a lot of improvements with on various symptoms, do castor oil. Castor oil, definitely. Rub that on your scalp. Castor oil is very good at moving the lymph system. So you could be moving the lymph system externally, having the skin absorb it, and you know, it'll put out all the acids, all the acidosis, improve circulation, improve lymphatic flow, and then you could probably start seeing hair growth with that too. So it wouldn't be a bad idea to add that onto your protocol, doing that. So you can look up online how to use castor oil as like hair masks, you know, things like that, leaving it on overnight and then taking it off. I do know that there's a certain way to do it, like you should only apply castor oil like 3 or 4 days in a row, and then take like a 3-day break, and then go on and so forth. So you can look up how to do that online, but I personally loved castor oil. When I had endometriosis pains, bladder pains, I was doing the castor oil packs all the time, and they helped enhance my detox process and help me go through some relief of certain detox symptoms that I was feeling. So they're not a replacement, not doing them on their own, but an addition to the main focus that is detox, which is getting your kidneys to filter, opening up all those channels of elimination to address the root cause of your disease symptoms, okay? So I hope that answered your question. I think you're doing a fantastic job. Keep on going. You're going to see the hair coming back and break through. It's just sometimes it just takes a while, okay? So keep on pushing through and you will definitely see results. I've seen it, so I know you can do it, okay? So yeah, so that was number 1. That was pretty awesome. My first question answered in such a long time. So I'm pretty happy. Yes. Okay, let me take another sip of apple juice because it's pretty hot in this room, guys. I remember I've mentioned it in other videos. This room gets really hot, but it's for a reason, because I'm in Florida. I live in Florida, and it's been very hot and humid lately, but it's been like thunderstorming every single day. Like, it doesn't let up every single day, guys. Around like early afternoon, there will be just like this big thunderstorm, and it'll sound like huge bowling balls landing on the ceiling of our apartment. And oh my god, it's so scary. You know, my poor dog, she runs to the bedroom all the time, you know, just shaking and quivering with fear. It's the saddest thing. And it's, you know, it kind of like, it sucks my creative flow too, because when it's like so gloomy outside that you can hardly see the sun coming out and it's constantly raining, you know, like when you feel those days where you're like, oh, it's raining outside, it feels kind of cozy, I'm not gonna do anything, I'm gonna stay in bed, or, you know, I'm gonna take a nap. It's been like that every single day. So it's been hard to like kind of like push through that, because the weather has been affecting me so much. So yeah, I'm doing my best here, but yeah, with the videos, I can't have the air conditioner on because then it'll affect the sound, and I don't want that to be an issue for you guys like it was in the past. So I leave it off, and yeah, even though it gets really hot in this room with this big light that I have here too, I'm doing it for you guys. So, but it's okay, I'm used to it. Okay, so here we go. Number 2, guys. Thank you so much, beautiful Ailin. I'm a type 1 diabetic, and in the last month and a half, I've been experiencing a ton of inflammation and pain, weakness, sharp pain shooting through my breasts and upper arms, and bones in my upper back, shoulders. Okay, this is pretty serious. Sharp pains shooting through the breasts and upper arms, bones, all that stuff, that's major acidosis. If any of you guys have sharp pains that just come out of nowhere, that's just major acidosis in your body that must be cleared out. Okay, type 1 diabetic, I'm wondering when you got type 1 diabetes. Yeah, people can definitely heal that through detox. Okay, plus I have sinus issues with the awful pain and weakness on the lymphatic 3 formula. It may be too strong for you. If you're doing lymphatic 3, try, you know, tuning it down a notch and doing lymphatic 2 or lymphatic 1 instead, because you could just be pulling on the lymph system and on all these acids too strong. So when I say acidosis in the body, what I mean is there's acids in the body that have been trapped in there through poor diet for many, many years, through the kidneys not being able to eliminate the cellular waste, because, you know, all the cells in our body, they produce waste. As much as they take in nutrients and energy and sugar for, you know, like to help the body work and function, they also produce waste just like we do. So it's an in and out type of thing. So through the lymphatic system, that's the body's main channel of elimination. That's where all the cells, all the waste from the cells are supposed to be excreted by the body. But what happens is that if the kidneys stop filtering, if the adrenal glands are weak, if the pituitary gland is weak, that is affecting the adrenal glands and the kidneys, then people stop this filtration process. And this is the main cause of most diseases in today's world. It all goes back to this lymphatic system. So taking the lymph herbs, it'll start to pull on these acids, start to pull them out from deep within these tissues. They've been locked in there for years, especially for people that have taken medications on and on again to suppress symptoms. Then if you take the lymphatic herbs, they start to come out. So it's like, it can be unpleasant, but it's something that you must go through, but you shouldn't go on it too harsh. You can take a slower detox approach. So yeah, I recommend doing lymphatic 2 or lymphatic 1 instead of lymphatic 3. That can be pretty strong for some people. What can I do to get rid of this pain and weakness and heaviness? Do just that. Take the next formula down. I have a small uterus and ovaries also. I have tried the Heal All Tea, the adrenal gland formula, and pancreas formula before, and the stomach and bowel formula number 3. What would you recommend, Ailin? I hope to work with you one day. I'm so happy you have healed, and congrats to you and Gabriel. Thank you so much. Thank you with all my heart for your kindness to us all. And she put a bunch of hearts. Thank you so much. I love and appreciate your words. They touched me. So yeah, I'm super happy to make these videos for you guys to help you all heal, because I know how you are feeling. I was there too before. I was in a really dark place, helpless, lost. I didn't know where to turn to. There was so much conflicting information online, and it took me a while to find the right path to healing. A lot of trial and error. I'm so happy to make these videos for you guys. So what I would recommend, it just sounds like all your symptoms are coming from just a strong detox. So I would just recommend slowing it down. I don't know what your diet looks like, but if it's like 100% raw right now, for example, then whenever you feel these pains, it's okay to add in some steamed vegetables, some steamed broccoli, or steamed carrots, things like that, to just slow down the detox a little bit. And that would often like get rid of your pain temporarily, and then you can go back when you start feeling better again. You can go back to eating raw and to going to the deeper levels of detox, so that you can work on pulling on that lymph system. But I do think that most of your pains are coming from the lymphatic formula that you're taking, so take the next one down. As far as the diabetes that you're trying to heal, so that is what I recommend, pancreas formula, adrenal gland formula. I would take the brain and nerve formula too, to help with neurotransmitter production. But this is also another case where I don't know to what extent your glands are like genetically weak. So if I looked at your eyes, I will most likely see degenerative lesions going across the pancreas organs. Right? In that case, I would recommend a pancreas glandular, not an herbal formula, pancreas glandular. That will be essential for healing diabetes. At the same time, adrenal gland formula, if you have a degenerative lesion going through your adrenals, which it's like right on the bottom of the pupil, and if you have just like a straight dark lesion going down, like pretty much at 6 o'clock, then you have a degenerative adrenal gland weakness, and you'll need an adrenal glandular for sure, in order to turn on these glands and organs to start functioning again. Yeah, that's what I would recommend. So this is another case I would I would definitely need to see what's going on here. You said that you have a small uterus and ovaries, so I'm wondering if you have tried the female reproductive formula. That would probably be very useful for you. In terms of like addressing specific pains, if you're getting sharp shooting pains through like your arms, your upper back, your shoulders, what I'm seeing here is you may have a lot of congestion right here in the back of the neck area and the shoulders. Oftentimes when people have major congestion in the shoulders and the neck area, it also affects the extremities with the nerve function, like neurologically. And with diabetes type 1, that is a neurological case. So that's why I do recommend brain and nerve for sure. But it's going to be all about lessening up the lymphatic congestion to improve the blood and nerve flow to these areas. So for people like this, oftentimes they also experience numbness in their extremities, their feet, their legs, their arms, their fingers, their hands. That's very common. So you want to get rid of all this lymph. Same thing that I said in the first question that I answered. You have to be taking kidney formula and with the lymphatic. If you're not taking kidney, that's going to be really bad because you're not going to have a good time detoxing your body. So yeah. I'm going to have to make another video separate on addressing the topic of diabetes because it's just too much to go over in this one video. It's a lot of information to go through. So yeah, I mean, I hope that answered your question. But that's what detox is all about. It's about being smart and knowing how to maneuver these detox symptoms to, pull back if it's too unpleasant, and know when to push forward and be strict when it's time to be strict. Okay guys, so I hope that made sense to you, and thank you for your question. Okay, another sip of juice. Okay, question number 3. Thank you, Ailin. Awesome. Love your videos. Oh, by the way guys, for any of you that are new to this channel, you can ask me questions like under any of the Q&A videos that I've done before, or any video on this channel. And that's where I get my questions from, is from the questions in the comment section. So if you have any question that you want me to address in my next videos, then leave them as a comment down below, okay? Okay, so this person asked, someone healing cancer, can they cheat with a salad, green juice? What ingredients for salad or green juice? What are the no-nos for veggie salad ingredients in your experiences? How often can someone healing cancer cheat? I'm in week 9 and getting wicked cravings. I'm Italian and pasta cravings like crazy that I didn't have the first 2 months. I was doing a salad once every 2 days, but should I do once a week? Oh, what do you think? Thank you, heart, heart, heart. Okay, so when you're trying to heal cancer, you have to focus on fruits, definitely, because they're the most astringent. But if you're feeling kind of like you're craving something more savory, a green juice is fine. I repeat, a green juice is fine. I would go for a green juice over a salad because salad will require more digestion, which will take away energy from the elimination and detox process, okay? So breaking down salads is actually really hard to do. We're not herbivorous species, we're frugivores. You know, we don't have multiple stomachs like cows do. Although salads are very pleasant to eat, I wouldn't recommend them for someone that needs to do a deep detox to heal cancer, because cancer is one of the more serious you know, health conditions of the body that you want to clear out fast. You know, no ifs, ands, or buts, you want to take this very seriously. So do your best with those cravings. Green juice if you need something savory. Probably like some sort of liquid broth. You can make like a veggie broth, just the liquid, and sip on that. You can make things like that. I'm not recommending cooked foods though. A vegetable broth that's a liquid is okay and advisable if you need something more savory to help control those cravings, or a green juice. Now in this green juice, you want to put beneficial herbs, things like parsley, dandelion, celery, you know, beets, things that are powerful in helping eliminate, you know, old waste from the body. So that is good. That's going to turn on the kidneys. That's going to help clean out the colon. All those things are great. I would recommend also adding lemon, lime juice, as much as you possibly can handle, into that green juice whenever you have it, and then you'll be okay. You won't be able to like stop the detox process that much with those green juices, and it'll still, you know, keep things flowing. For the no-nos, as far as a veggie salad goes, the only no-nos that I have when it comes to veggies are things like, what are they called again? Things like tomatoes. Oh, that's my puppy. Luna, shh, go away. Shh. Go away, Luna, I'm making a video. Okay, so the no-nos that I have are things like tomatoes, because they can be kind of hot for some people. For people that are very acidic in their bodies, for people that have like uric acid crystals or gout or arthritis, or things like fibromyalgia, sometimes fruit veggies that are like that, like, you know, like tomatoes or like eggplants or things of that nature, they can bring on pain symptoms. So those are probably the ones that I wouldn't recommend when it comes to veggies. As far as like things that may slow down your detox, cooked vegetables or vegetables that are starchy, I wouldn't recommend. Like let's say for instance like white potatoes or carrots are sometimes too starchy. Things like that can slow down detox a lot. So if you're gonna go for vegetables, I'm gonna say, you know, steam up some broccoli or peas, or, you know, things like that. Those are okay. Celery, some greens like dandelions, things like that are okay. But definitely not like the starchier, heavier vegetables. Let me see. What else this person asked? How often can someone healing cancer cheat? Do your best. Someone with cancer, and again, this is just general information. If you haven't watched my cancer video, definitely watch it right now. if I remember, I'll put a link down in the description box below linking that video, but you can also find how to detox cancer out of the body on my channel. Watch that, and I go in depth with the diet that someone should follow in order to heal cancer. So again, like I was saying before, I don't know what type of cancer this person has. I don't know what stage you're at. I don't know how long you've had it for. So this is someone, like, cancer is no joke. I recommend all people that have cancer come to me, work with me directly, so I can write up a specific protocol for you in order to heal your cancer, because you want to address this right away. You can't really mess around when it comes to cancer, because it becomes a time game. By the time someone gets cancer, their body is highly acidic, and this has been progressing and building up for many years. So it's going to take some time to reverse what you've done in your body. So this is why it's important to just, do this as fast as possible, get the cancer out of the body as fast as possible, and open up all the channels, open up the lymph system, addressing the lymph nodes. Those are really important. Addressing the thymus gland, that's also really important. So yeah, definitely watch that video. But I would say don't cheat. If you're absolutely like dying, like if you have a very bad craving, then you can do what I said, the green juices or the broths, like I said before. But I would say don't cheat. That's my recommendation. Every time you cheat, you pretty much stop the detox. So like if you cheat once for that one day, it's going to take several meals to go back to where you were in square one. And if you cheat once, it's very tempting to cheat again, because once the body gets that taste of cooked food in the taste buds, then the parasites pretty much come alive in your body. The glands in your body, they're stimulated from the cooked foods. They're like, oh yeah, I want some of that again and again and again. And then you're back to square one, where you have already accumulated a lot of acids and congestion back into your body that will then take more time to remove, so you want to keep the cheats absolutely minimal or none at all, just speaking from experience, because I've worked with many people with cancer, and those that weren't able to follow the diet, it didn't turn out well for them. But for those that were headstrong and very focused and determined, 99% of their time they healed up. Okay, so it's all on you to heal your body. Okay, I'm in week 9 and getting wicked cravings. If you're getting cravings so bad for things like Italian food and pasta, very starchy, mucousy, dairy-filled foods, recommend to go on the Parasite formulas, Parasite M and Parasite G, if you haven't already, and that will help control your cravings. As well as getting on a stomach and bowel formula will also help control cravings, because in an environment where there's a lot of mucus, congestion in the colon, that's where a lot of parasites proliferate. So that's when you can start getting heavy cravings to keep those guys alive. That's how they stay alive, is they send these cravings to your brain, and then you start craving these foods. Okay, this person said, I was doing a salad once every 2 weeks, but should I do once a week? What do you think? Okay, so yeah, again, like I said, I don't know what type of cancer you have, but just do your best. If you are craving a salad, try and make it a salad, like, let's say, like, because greens are harder to digest, so I would probably go with like cucumber. Try and do like a salad with like cucumbers, maybe a little bit of chopped olives in there to help you get like that savory, that Italian craving satisfied. And if you're not in any major pain, you can include tomatoes in there. Just fruit veggies, greens like lettuce, or things of that nature, spinach, things like that, they're going to be really hard to digest, and they're going to slow your detox down more than something like cucumbers, for instance. Okay, so that's what I would do. Going on with that, that's what I would do. So yeah, check out that cancer video, and I also even have a cancer article on my website. I'll link that down in the description box below, because that one will have it has a ton of information on how to heal cancer, or how to heal tumors in the body, and that information applies to all types of cancers. So yeah, definitely do that. And thank you so much for your question. That was a really good question. Okay guys, We're almost done here. I'll see if I do at least one more. Maybe I can do two. Okay, so okay, number 4. Hi, I'm having whole body pain with muscle twitching. Pain is more prominent in my legs, arms, chest, and neck. It's killing me badly. It's been more than 7 to 8 months. Pain radiates throughout the body. Sometimes veins of wrist hurt. Sometimes I feel pricking sensation in my head. Not good, guys. Prickling sensation in the head area. Not good. Doc diagnosed it as fibromyalgia and prescribed medicine, which are 22 tablets a day. That's a lot, 22 tablets a day. I stopped having that much medicine after 1 month. Okay, I got some relief from muscle twitching, but pain persists. Please help. Okay, so they probably prescribed you some muscle relaxants, I'm guessing. All that does is just suppresses the lymph system. So all this muscle twitching, whenever someone comes to me with muscle twitching, all it really is the body is very acidic and the muscles start to twitch. Whenever you see this twitching going on, that's calcium loss from the muscles. The body is pulling calcium from the muscles to buffer the acidosis around the muscles, okay? So that's not good, because then the muscles start to get weaker and weaker and weaker. The structure starts to get weaker and weaker and weaker, okay? So, yeah, pain more prominent in legs, arms, chest, and neck. Those areas are the areas where you have the most acidosis. So like if I were to look at your eyes, those are going to be the areas that have the most chronic lymph congestion, most likely. And let me see, 7 to 8 months, that's a long time to be experiencing these extreme pains. You don't want it, like if any of you guys out there are in this much pain for that long, remember, the longer you're in pain, the more damage is being done to your body. Pain equals acidosis, and acids destroy tissues. So you want to get all this stuff out of there. The veins of wrist hurt. So right here, I mean, calcium being lost, acidosis, the same thing from the veins. A lot of pressure. You know what the lymph system does? The lymph system, if it's really congested, it can put pressure on the blood flow and the nerve flow. So what you could be feeling here is just pressure on the circulatory system. It's being compromised. So that's pretty serious. You want to start moving this stuff out. Doc diagnosed this as fibromyalgia. So it really doesn't matter what it's diagnosed as, whether it's fibromyalgia or lupus or Lyme's disease or arthritis, like all of those things just means your body is just one big acid that must be cleaned up and out. Because in issues of major acidosis like this, that's in and around the cells interstitially, it always leads to something bad. So in fibromyalgia, that's a chronic case of lymphatic congestion. You don't want it to reach the degenerative levels, which turns into cancer and MS, you know? You want to address this before it gets down that bad road, which for the people that continue to take pills and don't change their diet and don't properly detox, that's where they end up. That's what I've seen so many times. So you're on the right path to healing. So I'm very happy that you are taking your health seriously, because this is serious. Sometimes I feel prickling sensation in my head. So people that feel pains, like just random pains in their head, that's really not that good. The times when I've heard of my clients saying and telling me that they have symptoms of like pricking, stabbing pains, shooting pains in their head, they're usually like involved in some sort of like mental problems, you know, either they have psychosis or bipolar disorder, or they're severely anxious or depressed people. So, you know, with the brain, we must protect the brain, because then motor skills start to go down, you know, they start losing their ability to do so many processes. Even speech is impaired oftentimes. They can go into dark places, high anxiety, then depression, high anxiety, then depression. That's not good. So with you, I recommend You just have to drain the lymph system as much as possible. I don't know what your diet looks like, but if it's filled with dairy and animal products, you must let those things go. If it's filled with processed foods, the processed foods are alarmingly unhealthy to a person with fibromyalgia. You must let those go. Try and transition your body into enjoying cleaner foods, fruits and vegetables and raw foods that will, help bring back the light into your body and relieve all this pain, because all this pain is physical. It's not going on in your head. Although stress can contribute to pain, it's not the main cause of pain, okay? For someone in this much pain, I can already tell you they have adrenal gland weakness. Fibromyalgia always has adrenal gland weakness. Now, why this is important is because the adrenal glands they are responsible for producing anti-inflammatory steroids to put the fire out in the body. Now, if the body doesn't have this help to address the pain right away, like in this person, they don't have that help, then it uses other means to address this pain. So we already see muscle twitching. It is only using calcium to buffer the pain because the adrenal glands are not working, okay? So this is how I make the connections when looking at your cases, guys, and how I can tell you what herbs and what diet you should be on. Now, even though this was not a lot of information that you gave me, I can already tell your adrenals are down. I can already tell that you're losing calcium. I can already tell that you most likely have brain going through your head. So you need upper circulation, you need brain and nerve, you need an adrenal formula, you need a kidney formula, you need a lymphatic formula. Just from those symptoms alone, those are going to be the basics for you. Okay, and I recommend just going all for it. 100% raw starting today. That's what I did when I had fibromyalgia. And I cannot tell you the immediate improvements that I felt in my body. I went from being fatigued and in pain 24/7, horrible pains that made me wish like I wanted to die every single day, to within a few days I got better. Then the next few days I got even better. Then the next week I felt like I went from like a 10 level pain of 10 to a level 2, to where I could run and jump again and enjoy life again. And although, it took me like a good year to heal my body completely, starting today, going down that track is where you're going to find your healing, because time is going to pass by anyways. So why not do this? Why not be on the path of healing that has helped thousands upon thousands of people to find actually their true health, not through medications, not through going to a psychologist, not being told by doctors that the pain is all in your head, but taking responsibility for your body. Finally, not leaving it to the hands of doctors or of specialists that don't know what's going on. Because doctors in the medical system and even some naturopaths just don't understand fibromyalgia. They'll recommend a ton of medications or supplements that are never addressing the root cause and actually will make your condition worse. Okay? Take it from me, someone that, I've had personal experience with this and have helped tons and tons of people, probably hundreds of people now, heal fibromyalgia. So you can do it. Read my story on my website of how I healed my fibromyalgia, and I'm pretty sure you can take away a lot from that, and you can take away what I did to start healing and use it as a source of inspiration, because that's what I wanted people to take from it when I wrote my story, because that is, it's the whole reason why I started this healing channel, healing business. It is why I do what I do, because I wanted to help people get out of pain. It is so heartbreaking seeing so many people in pain. So I hope this helped you. I hope I answered your question fully, and you're going to heal from this. You're going to get through it. Just follow the raw diet. That's number one, and do it for as long as you can. And if you have to take breaks in between, that's okay, but make the decision today to make this into a healthy lifestyle change, and then you won't be in pain anymore. For the rest of your life, you will not be in pain. So yeah, thank you so much for that question. I really loved addressing that issue. Okay, So I'm gonna address this next question, guys, and then that'll be it, because I'm kind of like very thirsty, but I don't want to spend this entire video drinking, you know. So I'm gonna answer one question. Okay, thanks for another very informative video. Question for next Q&A. What extra step can one take to make the skin sweat? I just can't sweat no matter how hot. Even when in sauna, I barely sweat. Been detoxing with herbs and 99% fruits, especially melons, for almost 2 months. Good job. Good job. 99% fruit and melons, amazing. You must have done a lot of alkalization, hydration of your body. Occasionally have kidney filtration, but not sweating still. For someone that is not sweating, having trouble sweating, that is automatically you think of a thyroid gland weakness, since that controls body temperature and sweating. From my last body checkup, my thyroid appears normal, but parathyroid and pituitary appears a bit weak. You see? So you guys cannot rely on thyroid, on blood tests to see if your thyroid is functioning normally. Because oftentimes what doctors don't realize is even though you may have all the symptoms of a thyroid gland being down, it's oftentimes is not the thyroid itself that's down, but it is the pituitary gland controlling the thyroid gland that is down. So I've heard of stories of people being on thyroid medication for years and years and years. And then when they finally come to me as a client and I look at their case, they don't have a thyroid weakness going on. I look at their eyes, they don't have a thyroid weakness. They just have a major pituitary gland weakness that's lessening the function of their thyroid, you know? So it's like, that's kind of like, you know, that's kind of mind-boggling when you think about it. Someone taking medications when they don't need it, like it's not addressing the root cause and it's damaging their thyroid gland. It's just insane. So this person goes on to say, I'm saving for your iris reading, or I'll learn to read mine to know which gland is really responsible. Okay, so what extra step can one take to make the skin sweat? Just like you said, if you have a pituitary gland that appears weak, there's certain symptoms that point to pituitary gland weakness right off the bat. And you can start taking pituitary gland formula, an herbal formula. If you're very short, like under 5'4" and below, I would say you probably have pituitary weakness. Or if you're very tall, if you're someone like, if you're a woman and you're someone that has, like let's say if you are 5'8", 5'9", 6 feet, then you probably have pituitary weakness. At the same time, if you're a woman, if you have menstrual cycle issues, female reproductive issues, problems with your ovaries, your uterus, you know, vaginal pains or discharge, or, you know, irregular menses, excessive bleeding, things like that, then you most likely have pituitary gland weakness. So those are just some symptoms that point to pituitary weakness without checking the eyes. Now, you do want to check your eyes for a pituitary gland weakness to determine whether you need an herbal formula or a glandular. Those with a severe pituitary gland weakness will require a glandular. Those that don't have that much of a weakness and have strong genes, if they have strong genes, they can get away with taking an herbal formula to heal that gland up. But that will most likely help you with sweating. Now, let's see, what else could make the skin sweat? Break open the skin. I'm trying to think. There isn't much that you can do to help the skin sweat. Oh yeah, you can try dry brushing. If there's that much lymphatic congestion to where your skin is not sweating, you can try dry brushing. So you can buy these natural bristle brushes from like health food stores in the body care department, or I've seen Bed Bath & Beyond carry them, even Target sometimes carries them in like their body care section, and it'll be like a long handled bristle brush and it'll say, you know, for dry brushing. And what you do is you just pretty much dry brush your entire body before taking a bath, and actually making that motion of dry brushing will help move the lymphatic congestion right underneath the skin, and can help the skin start to expectorate and start sweating again. So you can do that. and just addressing that pituitary gland weakness, to be honest with you, because there isn't much else that you can do. Exercising as much as you can, but normally I don't recommend exercising until your kidneys have started filtering consistently. You know, you mentioned here that you only get kidney filtration occasionally. Now, yeah, because with exercise, anytime you exercise, you're building up acidosis in the body. If your body's not eliminating these acids, then it'll just continue to build up. And you don't want that when you're trying to eliminate acids, because building up of acids without kidney filtration and exercising, that just creates a big mess. People can start to lose their knees. They can start to lose a lot of calcium from their joints, and it's just a really big mess when it comes to that. So I would save exercising to sweat after you've achieved consistent kidney filtration. So let me see. I think I do have in my articles on my website how to dry brush for health as a detox tool, because it's something that is very overlooked. So you can go to my website and look at it in the article section. I do think that I have something like that on there. Or you can look it up online, how to dry brush. But that will definitely help you, because when it comes to sweating, the only two main causes of not being able to sweat are just lymph congestion and gland weaknesses. That's it, you know. Now, if you were someone that had excessive sweating, I would say your kidneys are weak, because if the kidneys are weak, then the body has to purge all the acids through the skin, which will cause excessive sweating. But with the opposite of low sweating ability, then it's either thyroid, pituitary, or lymphatic congestion. So just address those weaknesses and you should start eliminating from your skin. Be consistent though. Go to the sauna as often as you possibly can. Not just once a week, but go several times a week. 3 or 4 times a week even. When I was detoxing myself, I used to go that many times. You pretty much just have to make detox like your entire life to break open these elimination channels. And you shall be good. You'll be really good. So, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more content from me. I will start getting the ball rolling, coming out with 1 video a week for you guys. The Q&As will keep on coming. The topic videos will keep on coming. Hopefully an iridology video will keep on coming. To know the status of like when I will release my book, make sure that you're following me on Instagram, on Facebook, and sign up for the subscription on my website, because that will be the first way that I'll let you guys know when the detox book will be available. And I'm really excited for it, guys. I have poured all of my heart and energy into this book because I wanted to create something that all of you can like look at and read and absorb and enjoy to start the detox on your own, you know? For some people that like they just want to get started right away, this is where you want to go. I talk about all the basics and everything in there and how I started on my own journey to healing fibromyalgia and chronic illness. And anyone, like, doesn't matter what disease you have, you can take all that information and use it on yourself and automatically start seeing the improvement of your symptoms and healing take place, okay? So get excited for that. And as always, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, you can go to www.spirittropicalhealing.com and you can go to the services tab and see what option you'd like to choose to work with me, so that we can get your irises read, your health assessment looked at, and so we can create the perfect protocol, diet and herbal protocol for you to heal up your body. And yeah, I look forward to working with all of you. And leave all your questions down below for the next video. I'm really excited to keep on talking to you guys and keep these videos coming. So thank you all so much for being so patient with me and for all of your words of encouragement. They truly mean so much to me. Down from the bottom of my heart, I love you all so much, each and every one of you. Okay, so as always, take care and keep on detoxing. You guys can do it. All of you can heal your bodies, and I believe in all of you. So have a good day. Bye.